What's up, guys? This is TheKephas. Overwatch 2 has been out for 2 weeks now, and I have to say that in spite of my reservations about the game's monetization and its new free-to-play model, I am genuinely enjoying myself with the actual gameplay, right? I think that Overwatch 2 is a whole lot of fun. I do enjoy the 5v5 change. I enjoy how amazing tanks feel, and overall, I like a lot of the changes to a lot of the characters. And I really miss Bastion. I hope they bring him back soon. He was a lot of fun. You know, Overwatch 2 had a rough launch. I think that's something that should be remembered, and you know, it's awful that it was that bad, but you know, that's something that can be fixed. There are obviously some balance issues that can be fixed over time as well. So overall, though, I think that the game is a lot of fun to play. But you know, what I want to talk about today, we're kind of going to go back to the whole system of Overwatch 2, its new free-to-play model, specifically when it comes to the Battle Pass. And the question I want to ask is, you know, how long does it take to get through the Battle Pass to unlock the hero Kiriko? Because we are at the 2-week mark. Actually, it's a day after Tuesday when Kiriko was made available in competitive play. Okay, so the reason why I want to do this is because, you know, if you are an Overwatch vet like me and you own Overwatch 1, then you got Kiriko for free. And then, of course, if you buy the Battle Pass, you get her right away. So I guess by free, what I mean is you unlock her right away. Now, if you're a brand new player, you have a new account, or, you know, whatever, then you don't buy the Battle Pass, then you have to grind out 55 tiers in the Battle Pass to unlock Kiriko. And if you care at all about having her available the moment she's ready to be unlocked in competitive, then you're going to have to do some grinding. And I'm curious as to how much time and effort it would take a person to do that. Now, Blizzard said that they gave people a 2-week window because they felt like that was an adequate amount of time for their more dedicated players. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but that's essentially what they said. And I'm curious what they mean by dedicated players. How long or how much effort would it take for a person to unlock Kiriko in 2 weeks if they don't buy the Battle Pass? And that's what we're going to try to figure out today. And then I'm just going to talk about the Battle Pass itself. Now, somebody on Reddit has already shown how much time it took them, and it was around 49 hours, roughly 49 to 50 hours for them to unlock Kiriko, get to tier 55 in the Battle Pass. And that actually seemed pretty close to my numbers as well. And I've already done some calculations, and I want to try my best to estimate how much time it could take. Now, they use the in-game timer. I'm not sure if that includes queue times. I think that includes just the, you know, collection of your matches, like the actual time you are in a match. So if we're going to add in queue times, that might change things up a little bit. Now, I will show you guys firsthand. You know, I've been kind of no-lifing this game, to be honest. I play a lot right now. I mean, it's new, and I love Overwatch. So, you know, my wife and I play every night once our baby goes to bed. And then, of course, when he's taking his naps during the day, I'm playing a lot. And then, you know, just throughout the day while he's playing or doing whatever, I might sneak a match in here or there. So, you know, I've gotten to play a considerable amount of time, you know, over the past couple of weeks, and so I'm well beyond the point of unlocking Kiriko. I'm like in my in 60s, you know, so it's like I'm doing pretty good, I think. So anyway, yeah, so I've played a whole lot. Now, we go down to challenges, okay? So what we're trying to calculate is how much XP you're going to need to get, or how much time investment is going to be needed to unlock Kiriko by yesterday. And the reason why this is something that's important is because, like, if you're a new player, this matters to you, because if you don't want to buy the Battle Pass. And also, if you're an existing player, you got Kiriko for free right away already, but the next hero in the next season you're not going to get right away. You're going to have to either buy the Battle Pass or grind them out. And if you don't want to buy the Battle Pass, you don't want to spend money to unlock a hero early because that just seems stupid to you, like it does to me, quite frankly. No offense to people that don't think it's stupid, to each their own. I'm not going to pay money for that, so I'm going to have to grind the next hero out. So I'm curious how much time it's going to take and whether or not I'm actually going to do it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is daily challenges. You do 3 daily challenges, and you get 3,000 experience each, which equals 9,000 experience per day if you do all 3 daily challenges. And honestly, these are pretty easy to do. You know, I tend to get these without even paying attention to what they even are. You know, usually you'll get you have more than 3 options, and there are always 3 that are fairly easy. So no big deal there. So if you do these every single day for a week, that's 7 days in a week, obviously 9,000 experience per day. That's 63,000 experience each week just from doing all the daily challenges. Okay, we go over to weekly challenges now, and what a lot of people focus on for the weekly challenges is the currency unlocks, and that is a different discussion for a different day, or at least for now. But we're going to focus on the experience because there are 11 weekly challenges, and each of them give 5,000 experience, which equals out to 55,000 experience per week if you do those. So if you do all the weekly challenges every single week, and then you do all of the daily challenges every single day for a week, then that would equal 118,000 experience, or 11.8 levels each week just from doing the challenges, okay? Now, that's actually pretty good when you're looking at completing your battle pass, because 11.8 levels for an 80-tier battle pass, and there are 9 weeks per season, you will get more than enough experience to finish out your battle pass just by doing your daily and weekly challenges, which is great. And obviously that's not even including the passive experience you're going to be gaining from leveling up, just playing the game, right? You get experience each game. It's not a lot, but it still adds up, right? So overall, I think that alone, just that system is fine. I think that this is a pretty decent system for a battle pass model. You're going to get more than enough experience to finish it if you play the game regularly. If you hop in enough time just to do your challenges, you're going to complete this thing. So I think that's good. I think that's perfect. The problem is that we have a hero in the battle pass, right? That's what changes things, and there is a 2-week window to unlock that hero by the time competitive is available. And now you might not care about that. You might not care about competitive. You might not be worried about unlocking her in 2 weeks. And hey, if that's you, fine. This conversation doesn't even concern you, so you're good. Now, on the other hand, I can understand why a lot of people would want to have Kiriko ready as soon as possible and not feel like they're missing out on anything, or they're limited compared to other people who might have them. You might not be a healer, but your healer doesn't have access to Kiriko, and it would be great for her because she can, cleanse all those antis, or they have a Junker Queen that's antiing your entire team, and having Suzu would be great, cleansing other things. Suzu is just a very powerful ability. Kiriko is a high damage support hero capabilities, and yeah, of course she is high skill ceiling, but, overall she's still very effective. So I can understand why a lot of people would want her right away, but not want to have to pay money, right? And that would be me, okay? So, and that could be the case for future heroes as well. I mean, imagine if, say, Brig had been added through the system in her original state and how powerful she was. I mean, we could be facing a future where there's a overpowered hero added in the battle pass, and people are going to not want to miss out and not have them as soon as they're available. So, point being, okay, you have to get to level 55 in 2 weeks, right? That's what we're trying to go for. So we've already calculated that from weeklies and daily challenges, you will get 11.8 XP each week just from doing all the challenges. Now we're going to round that up to 12 levels just for easy math. So in 2 weeks, that's 24 levels. 12 times 2 is 24, 2 weeks, right? So you will get 24 of your 55 levels just by doing all the challenges. And so if you do all those, that will cover not quite half, but a good chunk of those levels. But that still leaves 31 levels that you will have to get from raw experience gains, okay? So while you're doing your challenges, you're getting all that passive experience. We're going to assume that as you're, getting those other 31 levels, you're also completing all those challenges to still get your other 24 levels, right? So we're only going to calculate the time it will take you to grind out 31 levels, okay? Now, obviously, you do have some lifetime achievements, which I think none of these really give experience. You have your seasonal challenges, which these will give some experience. Honestly, if you look through these, it's not a whole lot. I mean, you might get a couple levels from these, maybe 2 or 3, maybe some more, but most of these are like 500 XP each. A couple of them are 1,000, and maybe some that are even more, but those ones take a little bit more effort. So, you might get a couple levels from these, but overall, I'd say these are fairly negligible, so we're not even really going to focus on these at all. So how long will it take you to grind out 31 levels, since your challenges are going to cover the other 24, right? So that's how we're going to try to figure this up. Now, the person that said that took them around 50 hours, it seems about accurate, because, we're trying to calculate game time and how much experience you get per game, and we're going to try to figure that out. Okay, so my estimation is, say you queue up, right? You go in, You go here, you click, and then you're queued up, right? And you're waiting for your queue to pop. Maybe you're not playing flex, so you're not getting instant support games. Maybe you're queuing up for arcade. Maybe you're queuing up for competitive, whatever it is. So from queuing up to getting into the game, to picking your hero, to waiting for the match to start, to getting through the match, finishing the match, maybe you watch the play, and then you queue up again, right? So we'll say from queue to queue, on average, it might take about 15 minutes per game. So we'll assume that the average player gets through 4 games an hour. Kind of seems low a little bit. I mean, it's not, but it seems like it when you're thinking about this. So 4 games an hour, we're going to assume is what you can accomplish, for what the average player can accomplish. And we'll say that, each game, this is where it gets kind of tricky, because I tried to pay attention to how much experience I get, and it varies, right? Obviously, if you have the battle pass, you get extra experience, but that doesn't count because we're trying to grind out Kiriko. If you play in a group, you will get extra experience, which is nice. If you play consecutively, you'll get bonus experience. If you win your match, you will get bonus experience, and if you do role queue, flex, or basically support, you will also get extra experience. So there are variables here, and sometimes some players might be getting a higher rate of experience than others, depending on how, just different variables. But let's just say that on average, you get around 1,000 experience per match, per 15 minutes. That honestly seems fairly reasonable considering the amount of experience I've gotten. Maybe if you're like in Grandmaster and you're having these crazy games, maybe you get a little bit more for your time. I don't know, but I would say that for me, it's about 1,000 experience per game. So that would mean 4,000 experience per hour, okay? So at 4,000 experience per hour, you need 10,000 experience. That would mean that every 2.5 hours, you will get a level from raw experience. Now, obviously, when you're completing challenges, it might seem like you're getting a lot more because you're getting those challenges done, and, I got 5,000 experience for that game. But that's the challenges portion of your experience, which we've already covered that in the first 24 levels, right? So you need to get 31 levels in raw experience gains, okay? 31 levels at 2.5 hours each comes out to 77.5 hours to grind out 31 extra levels. In 2 weeks' time, that would be basically 38.75 hours each week, roughly the time of a full-time job. So essentially, according to Blizzard, 2 weeks is enough time for players to unlock Kiriko if they're willing to make Overwatch their full-time job or their second job. And that's why there are a significant number of people who say, I haven't done this yet, I don't have Kiriko unlocked. And a lot of people don't care, and a lot of people do care. And I think there are a good number of people that in general just don't like the feeling of having to put so much effort in to unlock a hero. That would be where I would fit in here. I think that Overwatch is a game that, as a smaller selection of heroes, I think that as much as Blizzard might try to change this, picking and counter-picking is integral to the game. They have their data that says that people don't switch. That is not reflective of the experience I have when I play, but I'm not a grandmaster. But I would also remind people that the vast majority of players are not grandmasters. The vast majority of players are, silver, gold, plat, I think. I think most people are actually gold. And that's about where I would say that I am for the most part. So, so I'm your average garbage player. This is about my experience, okay? So, and that's another thing is like people have different experiences based on, what level of play they have as well. And I think that's a lot of times why you'll get so many different, impressions here, you know what I mean? But in general, 40 hours a week, roughly 38 hours a week, we'll say, or as someone put it, 50 hours in total, which is about 25 hours a week. So like, even if you were to say double your experience gains, right, then you're going from, basically 80 hours to do it to 40 hours, which is still 20 hours a week. That's a part-time job. So minimum 20 hours, maximum 40 hours per week, depending on different variables for you to get to level 55 in 2 weeks if you do all the weekly and daily challenges. So I guess I just give my opinion, and I respect that people might have different opinions. You might be a high school student, you might be younger, you may not have a lot of responsibilities, you may have more time to play, and that might not seem like a big deal to you. I can assure you, though, that you are not reflective of the majority of people who play video games. And I'm sorry to say that. That's not a knock at you. That's just something to understand. But that doesn't invalidate your opinion. I'm just letting you know there are a lot of people that this is what they have a problem with, okay? And also just the idea of paying $10 just to bypass that, paying for convenience is nothing new. When I go to Walgreens and I buy some sodas or something like that, I pay a little bit extra. If I pay in a gas station, grab a snack on the way to, on a road trip or something, you pay for convenience. But the difference here is this is artificial convenience made artificial, and it's never, this is not, in my opinion, while it's a free game, even though I paid for the original and I don't have that anymore and this has been replaced, so it doesn't exactly feel free to me, this is not a better consumer experience in my mind, okay? Giving me the hero right away would be a better consumer experience, okay? I don't want to buy heroes. I'm not going to pay to get a hero early. I'm just not going to care as much, right? That's ultimately what this will do to me is I just don't care as much. I'll play and, I'll either stop playing competitive if I feel like I'm really being gimped, or I just won't care about my rank. I just won't care about the game as much. I just won't be as invested, and I think that's going to be the case for a lot of people. And what will likely happen is because people are genuinely getting less invested over time. I mean, the game's doing great right now. 25 million players is amazing. Give it some time, and let's see how this thing goes. I mean, the gameplay itself is fun, but there's a lot more to a game than the actual game itself, and I know that might be hard for some people to understand. So in general, I think that this is exactly what I was afraid of when it comes to the Battle Pass. I think it's sad too because, let's talk about, obviously Blizzard needs to monetize. Okay, they want to go free to play. Looking at these skins here, these cyberpunk skins, for example, going for $20, which Blizzard seems to think that they're actually worth more. All these different packages. I mean, I guess they want to think this is worth $30. I think it's ludicrous, man. And I think that when you look at the presentation for Season 1 and how it's supposed to be the cyberpunk season, even though they didn't overtly say, hey, these are going to be the skins in the Battle Pass, I think that that's what should have happened. I think these are the skins that should have been in the Battle Pass. And I would say that if they had been in the Battle Pass, I would probably be more inclined to buy the Battle Pass. But if you look at this Battle Pass, in my opinion, I mean, a lot of this stuff is just fodder. There's a couple of cool things. I like, aside from skins, I like, there's a highlight intro, I think, from Ash. I think it's this one. I like this highlight intro. I would totally use this if I could get this in a reasonable way. There's a Hanzo emote where he's eating sushi. I don't know if I can find it here, but it's this one. I love this emote. I think it's incredible. I think they did a good job with it. I think the animations are crazy. Just his facial expressions. It's an awesome emote. I'm not paying money for this, right? So it's good that it's in the Battle Pass, but there needs to be more things like this for me to buy a Battle Pass. And you look at these skins, and you've got this bland one. It's like the 70 tier skin. Obviously the Mythic Genji skin is really cool, but it's honestly not, to me, it's not. I mean, aesthetically, it's whatever, but even with its mythic aspects, it's not that great. I mean, there's a couple of different palette swaps for different parts of it, which is fine, I guess, but overall it's just kind of okay, so it kind of counts for a couple of different skins and you can kind of mix and match a little bit. I guess that's fine. They claim it took them a year to make this. I don't know if I believe that. I have a hard time with that. So, I don't want to say they're lying, but I just, but anyway, you look at through these skins, this one just seems like a Pharah skin with some special things on it, but nothing unique, right? I mean, I guess it's unique, but it's not completely different. This Mercy skin, some people are going to love this one. Again, that's a little bit better, but still this skin here, this is Junker Queen, pretty bland, pretty basic. This one's okay. This Sojourn skin, different hair, that's cool. Kind of a army. She looks like Rambo. That's kind of neat, I guess. Again, that one's fine. This one, the Cyberpunk, this is the only Cyberpunk skin as far as I know. This one and the Diva one are the only ones that are actually in the Battle Pass. Another military one. So, you're just kind of wondering, why aren't the Cyberpunk skins in the actual Battle Pass? You know what I mean? It just seems strange. And I feel like these, little ones here, you could give these out to people that bought Overwatch 1, these military ones, to go with the other military ones that I think we got a Sigma skin, not a Sigma skin. We got a Doomfist skin if we owned Overwatch 1. Overwatch 1 players kind of got the shaft here. There haven't been any great deals. It's like when you're part of a cable company and they just increase the price for you while giving the new price for new people super cheap, and you just feel like you're getting ripped off. It's just kind of how it feels. You know what I mean? So I think that if they had put the Cyberpunk skins in the Battle Pass, and if they had taken Kiriko out of the Battle Pass and they don't put heroes in, they actually would have gotten my money. As it stands now, I'm not going to buy this battle pass. I don't know if I want to buy any battle pass. I'm never going to buy a battle pass if there's a hero in it out of, just out of principle. I refuse to do that. I personally consider that to be pay to win. If you don't, that's your prerogative. I think it is, especially when you have a character like Kiriko that is very powerful and is essentially what the tier, the meta is built around right now. She's one of the most powerful heroes in the game. Okay, so I'm not saying you're going to win guaranteed if you pick her. I'm just saying she's a very powerful hero, and I could see why people would want to have her around. Okay, so that's just my take on that. And then, you look at the shop, and I just don't see these skins as being worth $20. I think the only time I've ever paid $20 for a skin in Fortnite was when it was like Kratos, and it came with his axe, and it came with his, shield, and also I had V-Bucks, in my inventory, from playing and buying the battle pass there. And, again, that battle pass felt significantly more rewarding because it actually did give away the currency. You buy a battle pass, and I think even Apex Legends is the same. If you buy the battle pass, you earn enough currency just from buying the battle pass and playing through to buy the next battle pass. In Overwatch, I think it's like you're looking at 4 months of grinding your challenges just to get the battle pass. So 8 months to get a legendary skin. That's a little ridiculous. So my issue is not that this game is free to play. It's not that it's using a battle pass system. I actually think that system could be better than Overwatch 1's loot boxes. I don't like loot boxes. I never have liked loot boxes, but I think that in its current iteration, I think loot boxes were preferable because at least then you could earn them. You could earn passively currency to buy skins, and this you can't earn anything. It doesn't feel rewarding, to play for a long time, aside from just, enjoying the game, which that might be enough for some, but for others, they want to enjoy the game while also, unlocking things. That's nothing new in video games. It's not hard to understand. That's how some people think, and, especially when that's how Overwatch 1 was. So anyways, you guys, I just wanted to, I guess, to me, if you want to fix this battle pass, get rid of the grind. Get rid of the grind requirement for people that care about heroes and having them available, and so take heroes out of the battle pass. Add better things in your battle pass to make it more viable, okay, and feel like a better deal, because I don't think that people price skins and think they're as valuable as what Blizzard does, regardless of what other games might do. I think that $20 or $30 is extremely overpriced. I would never pay that much for these skins, ever. I never will. And so right now I'm essentially getting, I guess, a free game with free updates. I mean, that's kind of cool. I'll be excited to see new heroes, I guess, but they're not going to get any money from me. But I guarantee you that if they change up their battle pass, make it more consumer friendly, they will get money from me. I'll be more than happy to buy a battle pass if it has good rewards in it. I don't mind supporting the game. I don't, as long as I'm not getting screwed over. And this system, I feel, is disrespectful of my time. It's disrespectful of, me as a player. And frankly, it offends my sensibilities. So thanks for the free game, I guess. But if you actually want to get money from me, and I'm sure a lot of people, you're going to have to do better than this. I'm going to be playing this game for a while, and when I get bored of it, I probably won't, I'll probably stop. And, having played Overwatch 1, for most of the game's time, thinking about seasons, seasonal events and being excited about the new skins, that's gone now. That sense of excitement about things that you can unlock is gone. You now are going to have to buy them, and that feels awful to me. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see how things go. Maybe this will work, and maybe people will love this, but not me. And you can call me an old boomer if you want to. I don't care, because I'm not gonna pay money for this crap. So, anyways, you guys, thought I'd share that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by clicking that like button, and feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. And if you'd like to see more videos, you can subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. You can also follow me on Facebook, and if you'd like, you can support my work on Patreon. Links to all that stuff can be found in the description below. This is TheKephas. Until next time.